Oh yeah, it's time for the crossover. Right now we got somebody on the line, very special. We're talking to the Minister of Industry, Investment, and Commerce, Audley Shaw. He's going to be giving us details because there's going to be some changes when you go to the grocery store, when you look at the labels and the packaging, and there's a big reason for it. A lot of these underlying illnesses, we're talking about high blood pressure, people who even have diabetes, stuff like that. Certain foods you pick up in the store can actually increase your chances of having a negative effect on your body, and that's why they're making these changes. Minister, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thanks for having me.
No, it's an absolute pleasure, but can you please give us some more insight on what's going on and why these measures have been put in place now?
Well, as you know, the whole concept of what is referred to as front of package labeling for prepackaged foods is something that is very important so that consumers can see up front the ingredients that are in what they're buying. And as you just mentioned, issues such as high blood pressure, high fasting blood sugar levels, including glucose and so on, overweight, obesity are some of the risk factors for mortality in the Americas. Unhealthy eating, of course, is closely linked to some of these factors. These top three factors I just mentioned, driven largely by excess intake of sugars, total fats, saturated fats, trans fats, and sodium. So these can be seen on the POW website. So the front of package labeling is something that has become very important in our recent discussions. So one of the points I want to make, however, is that a lot of the information that is being made available locally tends to focus on only one model of this front of package labeling. Lots of articles are being written, and everybody is focusing on what is referred to as the high-in octagon model, which is the Chilean model. And I want to make it clear up front that the government of Jamaica has no objection to the use of the Chilean model, the high-in octagon model. However, I also want to make it clear that this model is currently utilized in about 7 countries worldwide, primarily in South and Central America, which are countries with which Jamaica does not do significant trade at this time. So the suggestion by a lot of these articles that the model, this high-in octagon model, should be exclusive to Jamaica and we should abandon all other types of models, that is something that is unacceptable, because the fact is there are other models of front of package labeling. You have the facts up front system used in the United States of America, the multiple traffic light system used in the United Kingdom. You have the Nutri-Score system, the Health Star rating system, and the reference intake system, among others, some of which are used by Canada and so on. So I just want to make the point to you that Jamaica's main trading partners are the United Kingdom, the United States of America, Canada, and to a lesser extent the European Union. And so while we are accommodative of the high-in octagon model out of Chile, we want to make it absolutely clear, and this has been a decision by the Cabinet of Jamaica, that we are also including other front of package labeling models that are used by our main trading partners.
All right, so these changes are going to be happening soon. Do we know an ETA on when it's supposed to be fully enact?
And these changes are imminent, and it is something that, one of the issues in this high in octagon model is that they are seeking to make it a CARICOM regional standard. We don't mind supporting a standard with CARICOM, but it cannot be exclusive with CARICOM in terms of the models that we use.
How does this affect the Higglers?
The important thing is that we must have the front of package labeling. Jamaica and the government is fully in support of that. Means that put the information up front in easy to read, easy to understand method, and we are using the models of not only the high-end Chilean model, but we are also using the models that are also being used by our main trading partners.
All right, so
and that relates to not only what we import, but also what we export to these countries.
That's amazing. But I got to get it in because I know you don't have a lot of time. But the small businesses that are out there, we're talking the mom and pops, the people who are literally struggling to make things happen. A lot of them really feel like it's going to be next to impossible to meet the standards that are now being put forth to them. So I know you can't break it all down right now because we don't have that much time.
No, but I have the answer for that.
Okay,
I have the answer for that.
I get it, totally. And before you give the answer, I also would like you to give them a place that they can go in case they missed anything to go and talk to who they need to talk to for themselves.
Okay, let me say this to you. The exclusive use of only one model with which our main trading partners do not now use. That would be the biggest problem for our smaller operators right now. The better transitional arrangement for our small operators, as you mentioned, is to use the models that are in place by our main trading partners, okay? So it means that instead of trying to focus exclusively on one model and to ignore all other models, you have on the table at least another 3 or 4 models that our small businesses can use, and which of course some of them are already using. In terms of information, my Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, we are prepared to provide all the information that our small and medium enterprises need. So I would encourage the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, the Small Business Association of Jamaica, contact my ministry, and we will work with them to provide the necessary information.
All right, thank you very much on that note. Now, I want to first also say congratulations on your new appointment as Minister of Agriculture. If I got that correct down the pipeline, you'll be stepping in for Minister Floyd Green. But before you go, what I would love from you, Minister, is if you can talk to the Bridge Nation, talk to the citizens of Jamaica whose temperaments may not be in the best place right now. We've been seeing videos where people have been told, oh, your water problem isn't that important, almost. It sounds like that way. We have videos of people toasting to people being locked down. We have people in high positions that approve JPS increasing our electric bill. I mean, people temperatures are very high and they don't feel like the people in place have their back. So to the citizens of Jamaica, what would you say to them right now about feeling that way, and how can we get a better relationship between the government bodies and the citizens?
Well, I would say to the citizens that we are going through a very difficult time right now, and it is very important that everyone takes the opportunity for practicing making the appropriate decisions on their daily activities. You know, one of the things, for instance, that can help us to cut down on the vast limitations of movement is for the people of Jamaica, each of us individually, to take stronger measures, personal decisions of conducting ourselves appropriately. Wear your mask. Sanitize at every opportunity. Keep your social distancing. It's very important. You know what we're talking about here? Personal responsibility. Everything at the end of the day is not the government. At the end of the day, the citizens of Jamaica have a personal duty and responsibility to act responsibly. Parents need to guide and teach and inspire their children to follow the rules, because we are in a time now, it is unprecedented. It is over 100 years since we've seen a pandemic like this. And therefore, it calls for greater discipline among our citizens. It's not one person or one government that's going to do it. It is we, the people of Jamaica, together in a disciplined way, are going to do it.
I absolutely agree. And the citizens need water to make sure they can follow the guidelines and stay sanitized. So hopefully that's remedied.
Absolutely. We
absolutely need to make sure our leaders give us the proper examples so we can follow.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All
right. Let's go.
Thank you
so
for having me.
anytime. And congratulations on your appointment that's going to be happening there. That was the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Audley Shaw, giving us the details. Front of the package labeling that's going to be happening is going to allow all of us to make better, healthier choices when we go to the supermarket, pharmacies, and the corner shops. So thank you to Minister Audley Shaw. Let's get to it, people.